Clearly 2020 was defined by pandemic and how that shifted the underlying risks for cybersecurity and businesses writ large. Employees all moved home, but this put incredible strain on security professionals. Now, the boundary has expanded. The network has grown to house, what was always the goal of a zero trust environment, unreliant on network parameters and perimeters, but forced on the community. This threw a lot of strain into organizations, security teams that were already taxed as these new risks were kind of put on them, oftentimes without additional staffing due to the uncertainties of the COVID world. Staff went home. Malicious actors continued to ply in their nefarious trade. Another interesting component of this that we saw is, even though a global medical emergency is occurring, hackers still targeted hospitals, medical systems, and that further erodes this trope of the honor among thieves mentality with hackers. I think we've further proved out again that the fundamentals were really the key, and that bad actors are genuinely bad, and focus really needs to increase on these areas in 2021. The lessons of 2020, many of them when looking forward, a key failure state of the last year was third-party and supplier management. Malicious actors, even nation state, these advanced persistent threats, they weren't necessarily going to the well for 0 days and coming up with complicated, Ocean's 11 schemes. They were looking at fundamental issues, vulnerability management on public-facing sites, relatively simple or straightforward attacks against applications, just, more of them. But certainly we saw with SolarWinds, now we know what the negative consequences are. And those consequences are worst case scenario. Using an application to laterally move into customer environments for all companies that produce software, this is a worst case scenario. Figuring out a way in 2021 to address this, and every organization is going to be different. There's no silver bullet. There's no clean solution to this. It's evaluating the various risks inherent in each application, of which there could be thousands or hundreds in your environment, managing all these relationships, figuring out where the risk lies, where your data lies, and kind of triaging these vendors so that you can put the risk into an acceptable range. There is no easy solution, but I think that 2021 will see a lot of effort aimed towards managing the risk of suppliers and third parties more effectively.